so it's been a while since we last caught up. I left off while we were still in the final drawls of summer. But it wasn't long until the season turned again to autumn. Each day was filled with brilliant color, something that always calms my soul and brings me back to center after the long days of summer. The adjustment back to dark nights and short days still takes a lot of getting used to for me. And as always, getting the fireplaces here back in working order is a challenge. But it's well worth it for the warmth. Nowadays, winter is in full swing. And much of the nature here has gone to sleep for the season, as has the sun for most of each day, gifting some time for rest and repose to prepare for next year. But unfortunately, that's not all winter has brought. Luckily, I prepared for this. Closing up the cabin for each winter's floods is a regular task of my late fall days, or this year, the early winter ones. I find a great deal of pride in stewarding this home that was built by my great-grandfather so long ago, even though it's threatened more and more each year to be engulfed by the sea. For now, I will do my best to keep it standing for as long as I can, but we'll get back to this. First, we must return to summer. After the trip back across the country, my days at home were spent enjoying the last blooms of summer, as well as finalizing my preparations for winter. With a great deal of help from my most involved companions. At the end of every summer, when I'm on schedule at least, I like to craft elderberry syrup in preparation for the winter months. This recipe has captured my heart for many years. The process done over so many weeks, and the enjoyable end result that helps to keep myself and those I love healthy all throughout the winter is invaluable to me. And making it during this time when the sun still reigns, I feel brings a bit more light to the medicine. This camera has been broken for about a year now. I have been putting off sending it in for ages, just trying to hope that I could fix it myself, but I just haven't been able to, and for the last 6 months it's been sitting in a box. But it is my favorite camera, the one that I prefer to work with, and I realized that it is finally time to bite the bullet and send it in. It's not cheap to get these cameras fixed, and I think I just don't really want to spend the money to fix it, but it's a lot less money to fix it than to get a new one, and it's worth nothing if I'm just gonna let it lay around. So I don't really know what happened to it. It stopped turning on one day and just hasn't ever turned on again. I tried every trick that I could find on the internet and from people that I talked to, but nothing's worked, so it's time to send it in. Luckily, it will come back hopefully just as good as new, and it will be so exciting to work with again. It really is my much better camera, and I have so much more fun filming with it because the image quality is just unbelievable. So I'm gonna add the shipping label and take this to my little post office here. I'm excited to have it back, hopefully soon. Alrighty, I have dropped off the camera and it will get there sometime next week, and then I don't know how long it will take for them to fix it, but it is in the process now, and just glad that I've finally done that. It's about time, so keep you updated on that though. As the days teetered between summer and autumn, it was time for one last big adventure. This time traveling down south a bit to enjoy a forest I had last seen as a child. And to be honest, walking here in the land of giants made me feel once again as though I was a small child. I'm not very tall myself, but I have truly never felt smaller than when I stood among the redwood trees. Simply existing near their vastness is a spiritual experience. And something I wish I could share with everyone. Sometimes I think it's important to feel so small. This kind of perspective of place and scale brings an awareness to yourself unlike most anything else.
it'll be fixed? Okay, there it is, huh? Can you believe that? Look at that! It turns on again! Woohoo! Thank you for sharing that with me.
Pardon my appearance. I just got out of the shower. Funny story about that. While I was in the shower, there was a knock at my door and my camera arrived. Not exactly the way I wanted to sign for my camera coming back all fixed and new, but a little embarrassing, but worth it. It's back. It came back so quickly and it works. Oh my gosh. Operating without this camera for a year, over a year, has just been a pain in the butt, and I'm very, very grateful to have it back. Oh, I should have done this a long time ago. I feel like it's a little too good to be true, but I'm very excited to start filming with this again. It is a little silly though, because I did get this camera as a replacement for the camera I'm filming on, because that one had the same issue where one day it just turned off and stopped working. One day it did come back on, but this one just never did, despite how much I waited for it to. They worked their magic at the Canon store, factory, fixing place, and I'm very grateful for it. Oh, I'm just so happy. Finally, the brilliance of fall took hold of my surroundings. The reds were booming and the critters were gathering the last of their winter provisions. And with my new old camera in hand, I thought it time to finally make the trip up north to see the other mountain-dwelling trees I've been dreaming of this year. The larches. To get to them requires a bit of a journey, but their beauty is well worth it. Their golden needles are unlike anything I've seen, and I hope to make this trip to them each year going forward. As the days continued to cool, the work around the cabin began. I've been its wintertime caretaker for a while now, and I have a deep love of this privilege, especially the more mundane aspects of it. So I have 2 years of weathered wood here. The grayer wood is a bit older than the redwood here, and I want to separate it because that is better for burning than the redwood, and I just need to separate this stack a little bit better. I will need another cord of wood before the winter is out. It's something I've been putting off all year. But if you can see this autumn stack as any indication, I am running pretty low these days. Something I will be sorting out soon.
Wait. Wait. Guy helper. No, you stand. Alright. Scoot, scoot. Scoot, scoot, scoot. No, come in.
Graham! During the last days between autumn and winter, I took time to enjoy the pleasant weather. And of course, to get to the last of the harvest. This may be a bit surprising, but up until this point I had yet to work with hawthorn berries. I've walked by this particular tree hundreds of times, and always longed to work with it. I don't know what has prevented me from gathering the berries until now. But I'm grateful to have finally gotten to get to know them a bit better. As autumn came to a close, it was time for winter to reign once again. Namely, its waters. This will have been my 5th time preparing the cabin here for the wintertime floods. And at this point, it's something I can do pretty quickly without thinking too much about it. When I first barricaded the cabin, I couldn't believe how heavy the sandbags were. But now it gives me power. The strength that it takes lends that and more to the protection of this home. It's what I can do to combat the sea, or rather, defend against it. But even after all the hard work is done, there's only so much I can do. And all that's left is to sit back and watch. Through all these years that I've laid witness to such power, I have yet to doubt its commanding nature, though it still sometimes surprises me. And scares me. There's only so much I can do when water is knocking against the walls. But its aftermath I have been lucky so far to be able to handle. The flooding only did damage to the yard. It's not too bad. A little bit of cleanup work, filling in some holes. The waves created a divot here. It's a little hard to see, but they also took down the fire pit, so fixing that will be my goal for the evening. Today is the winter solstice, the shortest day and the longest night of the year. A time of promise, of new beginnings and brighter futures. The solstices hold a special place in my heart, and I always make a point of celebrating them. This year, I want to set forth my intentions of growth and hope that in the time that is to come, this gesture brings brightness to my life. Alongside the brightening sun. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh. Hi. They are simply having the best time you could ever have. Every single toy that they have is all over the floor, and it is just too much fun, as I'm sure you could imagine. Beyond the dog crazies, it has also just been a wild time here. As with every winter, the flooding starts again. It is always very, very exciting and a little scary at times. It hasn't
come into the house yet this year, which is always a very nice thing. And the house is sandbagged, it's ready in case it does come close. But the yard did get a little bit destroyed this time. But that's no big deal, nothing I can't fix. I was out there this evening kind of fixing it up a little bit. I had an herb bundle that I wanted to burn for the winter solstice. And the fire pit got a little destroyed, so it was time to get that back in working order so that I could burn the bundle. And that was all I was really able to do before the sun went down, so the rest of the fixing up will be a tomorrow morning activity. Fingers crossed I can get to it before the rain starts again. But my goodness, it's been a while since I've shared a video with you all. Life has been very, very busy. I have been working on writing pretty much non-stop. Still am, but it was important to me that I got this video done, and I've been feeling really inspired lately. I think just as the winter solstice was approaching, that promise of the growth of light has really brought back a lot of energy for me. And so it felt like the right time to finish up this video and share it with you all. I've done a lot of edits. I've tried my best to keep it as short as I can, and hopefully it is a very appropriate length. And I'm thankful for those of you that have made it this far. I'm really looking forward to the growing light and the energy that it will bring. I have some exciting news that I will share in the next video to come, and hopefully you'll be just as excited as I am about it. I think it will open a lot of doors and a lot of opportunity for me and for this channel, and I am really excited to be back to creating. It has just been really filling my heart lately, getting to edit this video, and I hope that you all enjoy it as much as I have enjoyed putting it together. So thank you all for coming along with me, and I will see you all very, very soon.